Straight crazy.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Top Flight Podcast. You know what it is. You know what we're here to do. Back in studio. We went on a little bit of a break, but we're back. I know you missed us, but we're back, y'all. I want to send a shout out to my boy B in studio today. What's up, B? How you doing, man?
Doing great, bro. Special guest in the building. Yeah, I'm doing good. Jumping on the sticks. Primo's not here today, so I'm gonna be
missing him today.
Yes,
definitely.
sir. Yes, sir.
And to my right, I got the big bad wolf himself, my boy Bali. What's up, Bali? How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm excited. I'm excited for our guest.
I see you got the bottle with you too, right there.
Yeah,
You wanna?
I'm celebrating for my boy Mark here. You know, Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest. Appreciate it, my boy Bali sending shout outs. And let's introduce our special
Yes,
guest of the
sir.
Top Flight Pod. Officially, we've only had 2 guests on the pod.
We've had
Yeah.
3 or 4. Kid,
No,
Danny.
Okay, but
yeah.
player. Yeah,
Bills.
okay. But first we had Bills.
Yeah.
Then we had Kip and Danny.
Yeah,
And now we
yeah.
have Mark Turner.
Yes, sir.
Mark
Yes,
Turner.
sir.
Wow,
Mark
good company.
Turner, welcome to the Top Flight Pod. Introduce yourself, mate.
Thanks. Appreciate it. It's exciting to be here. And wow, I'm in good company.
Yeah.
Bills and then a couple of the boys from the squad.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes,
Yeesh,
sir.
this is rarefied air, man. So, no, it's exciting to be here. I really enjoy listening to you and watching you guys. Really enjoy your takes outside of the stadium. Somehow we've never managed to hook up outside the stadium one
Yeah.
of these days. But yeah, excited to be here. I'm
Yeah.
here for one reason.
You're a cool
and
guy.
one reason only, and that's the accent. We know this.
We know this. We know
Yeah.
this. I've actually never met anybody from England or from Great Britain.
Is that right?
What do y'all call it?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
UK? Is it England?
I'm
Is it
so,
Britain?
Can we-
I'm so glad you'd asked. Yeah, because people will say, "Oh, I love your British accent." There's no such thing as a British accent,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's the British Isles, but I'm
Uh-huh.
from England.
Okay.
So it's kind of like you guys are from Texas.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you're also part of the United States.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's,
Yeah. What part of England are you from?
Okay, so this is going to seem weird given that I follow Nottingham Forest, but there's a reason for that. I'm actually from Oxford.
Okay.
Oxford is not known as being a hotbed of football, so and it's going to be football people. Sorry,
Yeah.
it's not soccer
Yeah.
today. We have Oxford United, we have Oxford City, who are semi-pro, so we have some history.
Isn't there like a big school there?
yeah, kind of a big
Oxford
deal. Kind of a big
University?
deal. Yeah.
Some people go there and they like speak
Yeah.
every now and then, right? They have
Yeah.
like a hall
They
where they
do.
speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A$AP Rocky went one time. I don't know why, but he
Okay.
I spent
he was there. He was
spent
there.
some time there, and yeah, we do get speakers. We have actually, I think a couple of American presidents have been there in the last 30 years. Came and
Wow.
talked. So
Okay, damn, some little history there, but we're gonna get into a little bit of the European part later in the pod, of course. At the Top Flight Pod, we gotta start with the Austin FC segment. Primo, give us the first topic of the Austin FC segment. He's not here, bro.
He's not here today. He's not here today.
But the first topic we're gonna get into Austin FC. I want to start with you, B. I want to
Yes,
get your
sir.
take on last night's Pachuca game. 4-1 defeat to the runner-up of the Liga MX. You
Yes.
know, they took an L against Atlas,
yes.
who are champions back-to-back.
Bicampeones.
Bicampeones.
Yes,
The
sir.
last time they had won a championship was in like 70 years. So
70 years, yeah.
a lot of people slept on this team. I think they thought it was going to be a walk in the park, something like that. But give us your take on this game, B. What was it?
Yeah,
what was
man,
it like?
I was at the game. I had somewhere to be towards the second half, but I did watch the first half, which was probably the worst. The second half, they picked it up. You know, it was a better performance if you were to cut the halves and, 2 separate games. But the first half was just it was just horrible as far as it's a friendly, so it's hard for me to kind of, harp on the guys because it's a friendly, but it just didn't seem like they were up for the game. I know Pachuca was moving the ball really, really well. It almost seemed like they knew where they were before they even, you could tell that Pachuca they're more, I guess, engraved and driven into the style of play that they play. So
Yeah.
it's almost like they were more fluent on the field. They moved the ball a lot easier, a lot more quicker than us. And we had nothing first half, bro. 4 goals in one half was... man, comparing it to our performances in the past, like the first half at Orlando was really bad. The LA Galaxy game was pretty bad. And that first half against Pachuca, although it's a friendly, was probably the worst. In my opinion.
Now, B, this game, it ended up as a nightmare, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But it started off pretty bad. Pachuca got on the score sheet in the first minute. Roberto de la Rosa scoring in minute 1. Right after that, Nicolás Ibanez with the second goal in the 21st minute. Gustavo Cabral, I think that might have been the best goal of the night. Minute 27, and then Jesus Hernandez for the 4-0. Man, it was 4-0 at one point, bro. And minute 43, Sebastian Driussi got us back on the kind of try to, he kind of gave us hope, got us on the score sheet with the PK. Very, very well shot, by the way. I don't know.
The first one.
Very well shot, the first one. And then we had a second PK chance, and it was blocked. But Bali, give me your take on this game. How did you see it? What were your thoughts on this match?
Well, I didn't go to the game, but the fans were DMing me, and they were telling me, hey, Bali, you would have been very proud of Redes. He was trying.
I heard that.
To me, I don't care.
About that.
I don't care. To me, it's too late. It's done for him. He should leave. And then a lot of people were telling me, Musa, what's wrong with Musa? And then a lot of people were telling me that Romagna had a good game. So I'm hearing a lot of stuff, but it's stuff that I haven't heard yet. But it is what it is, man. We take the defeat. La Liga Pachuca's a great team. Take nothing away from them. But we move on, man. Montreal is the game that I'm worried about. And I'm ready for it.
So it doesn't affect you that much, I guess.
Not really.
Yeah.
I care, Wayne.
If you were there watching the first half, bro, you would.
I might have been pissed.
Yeah, you would not be happy, bro.
Now,
you would not be happy.
Last season, Mark Turner, you replied to something that Bali said on Rodney Redes. You said, hey, did you know this guy's been playing with a meniscus injury?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Bali is saying that it's too late for this guy. He needs to be out. Fans were saying that Rodney Redes was putting on a show last night. Hit the post, by the way. He was playing well. Put in a great cross for Danny Houston, who fans were saying he should have scored.
Mm-hmm.
But give us your take on the whole Rodney Redes situation, because he's kind of become a meme of this club. Give us your thoughts on Rodney Redes and the game overall from yesterday.
What's the only other game that Rodney has really shone in? He scored in.
Tigres, friendly.
Tigres.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there something in that? The fact that he's only able to show up in these exhibition matches against teams from Central and South America? I don't know. He's not doing it in MLS. That's for sure.
Yeah.
To Bali's point, in fact, I'm glad you brought up the meniscus piece. I'm glad you didn't bring up the fact that after the preseason season 1, I was the guy shouting loudest, this kid Redes, he's going to be something. This kid's going to blow up MLS, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to fess
Yeah.
up. That was me. I did that. And that didn't pan out, of course. I think Bali's being typically black and white, and I'm okay with that. But I'm actually kind of going in the Bali direction in regards to Redes right now. And the same with Musa as well, in that, these players have had a lot of rope. They've had an opportunity to step up and show up, and we're just not seeing it. In the case of Musa, it's a little different. He was really brought in as a Redditor this last season. He was brought in to fight the fire and just, hey, man, we're going to throw you up front, do what you can. And I think coming to the club and in those circumstances, that's hard. That's really hard for a young kid like that. And then we bring in this veteran quality up top in terms of Driussi and then Yeruti. And I think Musa's lost his way. Now, do I think there's a way back for him? Sure. Do I think there's a way back for Redes? I don't know, boys. I'm going to throw Stroud back at you. I don't know why Stroud. I mean, I did a bunch of interviews last year, and I will tell you, other than Alex Ring, which will surprise nobody, the most intense player that I talked to, the guy who was like, let me at him, was Jared Stroud. That boy is fierce.
Where is he now, though? We haven't seen Jared Stroud in a long time. Where is he?
We haven't. And that's kind of my point, which is if I'm going to flip a coin on somebody, I'm doing it on Stroudy before I'm doing it on Redes. Again, I'm not ready to go quite full call Bali at this point, but I'm leaning that way.
Now, obviously, it was not the result we wanted. No brainer. But some positives that we can take from yesterday's match, last night's match, we can get into it, is some players made their debuts. Now, Charlie Asensio made his debut, if I'm not mistaken. Damian Lost didn't get to play. Did not get to play. I was kind of hoping to see him. But I wanted to bring in the lineup with this point, because the lineup was strong. The lineup was pretty strong, and we didn't think that we were going to see maybe those guys out there. We started it off right off the bat with Stuver, right? And I thought maybe it was going to be rotation between Tarbell or maybe Damian Lost.
I was surprised by the
Very
lineup.
surprised. And we fielded Julio Cascante and Kip Keller On the side, we had Jean Kolmanek and Nick Lima.
Julio, who's also played every single game.
Every single game.
Every single game. Yeah.
Every single. When is this guy gonna get a rest?
This should have been the game to do it. I
Should have
mean,
been. But then who else would you put? Just Romagna and Kip. Romagna and Kip, right?
Yeah.
Just make them play.
There were really only 2 players in that starting lineup who maybe you wouldn't expect to have start. That was Kip and Musa.
Yeah.
But the rest of the team was essentially our starting
Yes.
guys.
Yeah.
We had the midfield of Ethan Finley, Sebastian Driussi, and who else was Felipe.
Felipe
Felipe was starting
started,
as
yes.
well. Up
Yep.
top, we had Diego Fagundes. But it was a 4-4-2 if I'm not mistaken, because Maxi and Gite
Right.
were
Yes.
up top, but it honestly did not work.
No.
But give me your thoughts on the lineup, boys. I want to start off with you,
Yeah.
B. You know, were you surprised that you saw that strong team field out there?
I was surprised at the strong team, yes. Because as Mark pointed out, despite Kip and Musa, the rest of the guys are usually our starting 11. The 4-4-2 aspect of it, maybe, given you got Musa and Maxi, maybe Wolf is trying stuff out. This is the game to do it. This is the game to try a 4-4-2, see what players have. And
I got the lineup right here on the TV for y'all.
yeah. And, the scoreline is, I mean, I don't know, man. Just watching them it kind of blurs my take, because it just watching them, I can't put away the aspect that it's a funny, just seeing how they were outplayed, just outpassed around the box. The third goal was just the most simple tap-in header by Pachuca. It was just, it was all neck. He curved it, It was just, he was wide open, bro. It's just, I don't know. With the lineup, I'm gonna side with Bali more, man. He was trying stuff out, 4-4-2, strong lineup. I don't know, man. I want to move on away from this game as soon as possible, in my opinion. And I'm more, like Bali said, concerned with Montreal. And yeah.
Are you not concerned, though, that Austin FC lost 4-1 LA Galaxy and again 4-1 to Pachuca? Is that not sitting on your mind heavy?
I'm gonna take into account the fact that Wolf was trying out 4-4-2, and it's a friendly, and maybe the players weren't up for it. I'm gonna find excuses because, man, it's just tough. I want to just say, I just want to simply say it was a friendly. Wolf tried stuff out. Let's move on. It is what it is. But it's tough because I was there watching the first half, and it's just nothing. I didn't see anything. It's almost like, and this might be a little crazy, but it's almost like Wolf said, let's just practice playing out the back. Let them play, and let's just.
That's what you said yesterday. That's what you were telling us yesterday.
Because they were playing out the back
religiously.
They was like, no matter, they could score 7 goals on us. It almost seemed like they were like, we're gonna play out the back. It's almost like because you don't have exercises playing out the back in games that matter for points in the MLS. You almost trust your captains, your veteran players, to make decisions in the game, to be like, this is not a good moment to play out the back. I'm gonna have to boot this. I'm gonna have to do whatever. And it's a tough way to figure out a way to practice that. And what better way than Pachuca, where it is what it is. We're just gonna try to sharpen our skills in the back. And yeah, I mean, there's some moments in the game where it was great. It was great. They were passing out the back. It was great. Stuber, Stuber's a little shaky.
Working out. Hey, fans last night were coming after Stuver. So one fan on Twitter this morning, I always put that tweet out. Good morning, Austin FC fans. Tough loss, right? Immediately after it was posted, somebody said, good morning to everybody except Brad Stuver, Nick Lima, and somebody else. I was like, damn, bro. Like, it's early, bro.
Yeah.
It's early.
Nick Lima did not have a good game.
Now, Mark, do you agree with what B just said?
So, and maybe this is a cultural thing. I struggle with the whole conceit of exhibition matches in the middle of a season period.
Yeah.
This window for this exhibition match has basically come around because of the international break.
Yes.
And so, again, maybe I shouldn't do this, but I look at everything through the lens of my kind of European background, and I'm going, okay, so if we had an international break in the UK, would Liverpool suddenly be like, okay, well, we're going to wheel out an exhibition match now against, Tigres? It's just it's not going to happen. So I struggle with the value of friendlies, period, to your point.
Yes.
And I think if you are going to try something, here's your opportunity. Mm-hmm. And I think accordingly, fans should try and keep everything in perspective. Stuver has not become a bad goalkeeper overnight. Yeah. Folks jumped on Danny Pereira when he had a couple of bad games. He's had an outstanding year so far. Yes. Alex Rings, he's been a little bit off the boil a little bit. We know now he's had some family pressures and everything else. So, these are human beings, and I think we just need to be a little bit mindful of that sometimes and overreact. And if you're not going to try stuff out in a friendly, when are you going to?
This is Drusi's goal, by the way, penalty. Bali, whenever you see this, I know you said earlier you weren't at the game, but whenever you see Drusi score this goal and then miss the other one, what goes through your mind, bro? Are you gonna give him shit or?
Nah, man, I love Drusi, and people know that I love him. You know, my concern really was 4-0 at halftime. You know, it's a wrap, bro. You know, don't bring on Drusi. You know, fans were telling me, oh man, Drusi was on the
He
pitch.
got hit bad, by the way. He got hit bad last night.
He was on the floor. He couldn't even walk. You know, the whistle was blown and he was on the floor. Hopefully he's okay. You know, stuff like this. You know, bro, 4-0, the game is done. Don't bring on our good players. You know, forget the game. It's over. So that was my only concern. I was kind
Is
of.
that Drusi there?
That is Drusi.
That's Nev. That's Nev.
Nev Drusi. Nev Drusi. Nev Drusi. We're currently watching the clip posted on Twitter. Nev dribbling through the Q2 Stadium pitch.
Okay, man. It's okay. Get
He
up
was
there, Nev.
he was so happy though. He was like a
like
little
a kid,
kid in like a
yeah.
candy store, bro. He was like he was just in his own world. I was happy to see him happy. I was very
There's
glad.
something about being on that turf, man. I know there's been a lot of heat from the fans at the end of the season, in particularly in the UK. You know, fans, they crash the field on the
Yes.
final whistle, and
Yes.
I get why inherently that's an issue, but there's something, man. There's something special to being on that grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I did media stuff with Austin FC that first year, and we got to go on the field and just touching that grass, man. It's just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I was
not
one of the
bad.
first
Good
ones
for
to touch it.
Yeah. I don't know if you knew this. B, you want to give him a little
Yeah,
bit
but
of that?
I worked at the
Little bit
stadium when
background?
they were constructing it. So
No
when they were laying the
way.
pitch, you know, I put my hands on it right when it was
Like
freshly
that.
laid. And I freaking laid on it. Yeah, it was amazing.
So we have you to blame for the first season, right? Bad juju on the
I
grass.
laid on the little corner. You know what I mean?
I think that's how kind of We're Austin TV kind of broke out the scene when we like showed up on this social media aspect of things, because we were like this account that was posting, you know, the first seat. We were posting
Progress of the stadium.
Progress of the
Yeah.
stadium.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were. I
That's
remember
right.
we were like the first ones to post that it was gonna show ATX.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah,
that?
the
Remember that?
supporter
And there was
section.
so many other things that we could have posted. We were like, nah, they would come after us for this
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
There's some forbidden photos out there of the stadium renderings or whatever, or like some concepts or whatever that we never posted. Because
Yeah.
it would have it would have gotten bad. It would have gotten bad. But whatever. Moving on. B. What's the next thing on the nose, B, for the Austin FC segment? We can talk about Montreal, unless
Yeah.
y'all want to add anything to the Pachuca game. Because honestly, man, it was
Yeah,
a
it was-
piece of shit game.
We can preview Montreal.
Piece of shit game, man. I'm honestly excited to just move on and get ready for this MLS match and focus on Charlotte, because Charlotte won last night.
Yeah.
Yesterday, they beat New York Red Bulls 2-0.
And they got a new coach.
Convincing win. And this is a guy that has Man City on his resume. I think he worked for some other EPL team. So, hey, watch out for Charlotte. I mean, earlier this season, I was looking at this Charlotte game and I was thinking, wow, this is going to be, you know, boom, bang, bang, bada boom. Now, I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, these guys have a new coach inspired by him. They want to prove to the league that firing their coach midway through the season is not going to affect them. And they're going to see us, you know, walking in there, and they're going to see, wow, this is the perfect team to make a statement.
I look
against
back at the statement he had in the beginning of the season where they asked him about his squad. And
Miguel Angel.
Yeah.
Miguel Angel Ramirez. He says
we're
we're
screwed.
He said we're fucking screwed. But Bali, preview us a little bit on that Montreal game, bro. What do you expect from that
Yeah,
match?
because
from the
they're
boys?
sitting in third place in the Eastern Conference right now.
Yeah, man. I expect to bounce back 100%. You know, I want to see the team come back, and we have to show character, man. You know, we've been struggling, but we have to come back and get back on top of the table.
Yeah.
You know, playoffs is the goal, and people.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Montreal in third place. Third place
you
in
know?
Eastern Conference. What goes through your mind, Bali, whenever you see this?
Well, it's a good team. We can't sleep on them. We have to take this game serious, and we're away from home, so we know that we don't play as well away from home as we play at home. So we need to come back. We need to come back, bro. We need to step up. You know, I'm wondering. I'm trying to see what our starting lineup is gonna be. You know, is Nick gonna start? Nick's been struggling. Is he gonna start?
Jean
Is
Koeman.
Koeman gonna
I
start?
don't want him to start, bro.
You know, we definitely know that our back two are Cascante and Gabrielson. That's not changing.
100%.
No time soon.
Kip is honestly putting up a fight,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Mind you,
Kip
Kip will
is putting
eventually.
up a fight, bro.
Eventually,
He's
he
hungry.
will.
He's hungry.
He's hungry. He's hungry. He's
show
very
up. Every
hungry.
chance he
He
gets,
just
he's
has
gonna
two
have to.
great center backs
Yeah.
in front of him, and if he's a great lad, which he is, he's gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna learn from these guys instead of being salty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Mark, I want to ask you something. Look at this right here. Goals for 28 for Montreal and 26 against them. Now, this tells me this is a team that can score and get scored against. Now, you've worked media, you know, for last season for Austin FC.
Yeah.
I think this one also as well. What do you know about Montreal, and what can you tell the Austin FC fans to expect from this game?
So Barley nailed it in a sentence when he said, this is a good team, right? This isn't a team chock-a-block with MVPs. This is a team who hustle, have incredible spirit. They kind of remind me of, and I apologize here to all of our younger listeners and viewers, but Kevin Keegan's Newcastle United back in the day.
Okay.
And they were balls to the wall, man.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what, you're going to score 3, we're going to score 4.
Hey,
and that's
no
how
cap.
Montreal,
Look at that.
That's how
Look at the
Montreal-
scoreline. Look at the scoreline. I mean, you
there
just
we go.
nailed it. You
Yes.
just nailed it spot on.
It also reminds me of Leeds' first season back in the Premier League when they were scoring 6 but conceding 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
I see
But
what
they're a
you're
good team. They've got incredible spirit. Obviously, they had a rebrand here, a season ago now. And
Club de Foot.
It wasn't
Club
just
de Foot.
yeah, and it wasn't just a rebrand of the logo. It was almost kind of a rededication to the club, and they really called on their fans to step up and support. I think it's, you know, when you look at an organization like Cincinnati, I think part of the reason they struggle is because there are fractures across the organization at all levels. When they can bring that together, they'll be a force.
Yeah.
They will be a force. Montreal have found that recipe this year. I was actually the only guy on the Austin Anthem podcast that I guest on occasionally
Shout out to those guys.
who said Montreal would make playoffs.
Oh.
Okay.
I called it, so we'll see.
Damn. Talk
Well,
your
they're-
shit, Mark Turner. Talk your
they're-
shit, bro. Talk
They're
your
in
shit.
a
I like
good
that.
position to do it, man. This is,
I like
yeah.
that.
We'll see.
Now, B, I have to get you in on this. Looking at the last 3 games for Montreal, right?
Yes.
We got Montreal beating Cincinnati 4-3, right? We said that they score and they get scored on. We beat Cincinnati 5-0, so really ain't nothing to us. But in the Canadian Championship quarterfinal, they beat Forge, who honestly I don't know who they are. It's probably like a D2 team from Canada. Then we got them losing to Rouse Salt Lake 2-1, May 22nd. Again, losing to Nashville, May 18th. Beating Charlotte. But this one right here is where I'm looking at, bro. Orlando
7th.
City, May 7th. Montreal beat the lights out of Orlando City 4-1. You
Yeah.
think that this is a team Austin
Well-
FC can beat, bro?
I mean, looking at, they can score goals, but so can we. We've dished out plenty of goals. We've got 28 goals, you know. So they've to their 26 that they had.
Yeah, but look at
Um,
our record, man.
yeah,
Our offense has been tapering these last few
it has.
games.
Yes, it has. It has been tapering, but I feel like this is gonna be a game where, you know, have 2 sides that are gonna just try to outscore their opponents, and these are like my favorite type of games. So you know, I want to see them try to outscore each other. You know what I mean? Score goals. I hope I see a high scoring game, but I think it's gonna come down to who can score the most.
Our forwards definitely got to get it together, man. Maxi got hot, then he went cold. Musa comes in, gives us a little bit of magic, and then disappears. Danny Houston, we still haven't seen the best version of him,
Yeah.
right? Bali, who do you think is going to have to be key in this Montreal game, bro?
Oh man, I'm gonna say it, man. You know, it's got to be Owen Wolf. To me, you know, he's been
Whoa,
me,
hot
you know,
take. Hot take. That's a hot
me,
take. That's a hot take. That's a
to
hot
me,
take.
you know, I want him to keep the same intensity that he's been playing with, you know, and no fear in the kid. No fear in the kid.
Yeah.
He was called up to the national team. It feels good to be called up. You know, you gotta.
Yeah.
So I want to see the same motivation from him. I want to see him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he will start
Yeah.
because he didn't start against Pachuca, so he'll start against Montreal. And man, I want him to keep performing well and maybe bag an assist for us.
Yeah. For me, it's
But,
Maxi, bro. He's been on a small little drought. I don't even know if you want to call it small anymore, but he started off pretty strong. I want to see him just spark up again. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? If he can get a goal and get himself going again, like, you know, Mark mentioned, they were tapering off, and it's true, man. Just, you know, Maxi's gone silent, so I'm keeping an eye on him.
100%. Mark, who do you think is going to have to be key for us to win against Montreal, which is, by the way, away from Q2, the fortress, quote unquote, the fortress?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a great city. I have family in Montreal, man. It's a
Really?
gorgeous city.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cold?
I mean, it can be. It's Canada, bro. So yeah.
I bet it's cold. I bet it's cold as
gorgeous.
shit.
There's that old historic section of the city that's beautiful. You have the incredible Olympic Stadium there. I don't know if Josh Wolf's taking them on a tour, but if the boys have any downtime, they'll enjoy Montreal. To me, there's a couple of keys. I mentioned earlier that Alex Ring has been struggling a little bit this season. I love Ring. I've made no secret of the fact he's my favorite player. If the real Alex Ring shows up, then I think he's going to have to get a grip on this game. I'm concerned right now with our defensive unit, particularly our fullbacks. You had a little pop at Comaneci earlier. I'll second that. And I said
Yeah.
from day one, kid can ball when he's going forward. When he has to run back, we're in trouble.
Yep.
And I can expand upon that. We can do a whole other pod on that. But
Yeah.
but for me, the other key is Fagundes. Diego
Okay.
is the heartbeat of this team. Again, blown a little hot and cold this year, but when he is on, things click. When he and Driussi connect, different level. So I want to see the real ring this weekend, and I want to see Diego come out hot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
think you definitely hit a spot on. I'm gonna give y'all my key player, who I think is gonna have to be key. I think for us to win this game, we're gonna need leadership on the field, bro, because it's gonna be hard to beat these guys. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to go with two guys, obviously. Driussi, easy pick. You know, that's like picking the fastest horse you think is gonna win, right? Driussi is always gonna be spot on. But I think Gabrielson, bro. Gabrielson is gonna be my guy for this game. He's shown us the kind of level that he has, scoring against LAFC, kind of helping us, you know, lead and see out that win in LA, which was really the last time that Austin FC played kind of convincing. And even then, that game, we were just being bombarded by LAFC. Stuber had a fantastic game, right? But Ruben Gabrielson is that guy, you know, he had that press conference where he said that he got mad when one of the players in the locker room said, "Oh, it's the LA Galaxy." He's like, "Fuck the Galaxy." You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that Ruben brings that kind of attitude to this match. And, you know, the guys don't, you know, they're not afraid of traveling to Canada. And I don't know if it's out yet or not, but we're going to still have to wait on the information of Danny Pereira, if he's going to travel with the team or not, because this club is, they like to hold shit they like to hold stuff to themselves, a lot of info, and fans have to find stuff out for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we're going to see what happens with Danny. But I feel like the league has Danny studied. You know what I mean? They know what kind of player he's gonna be, and we've definitely seen it in that LA Galaxy game when they beat us at the Q2. What was it? Just like 1-0, where they kind of just shut down Danny. You know what I mean? They knew what he brought to the field, and in the press conference in LA, they had mentioned that they knew what they had to do and who they had to shut down. And if Danny Pereira travels to Canada, if he plays, I don't know exactly what's gonna happen with that, but if he can go off, man, I think we're gonna get it.
So between us all, like every player is the critical player.
Sorry, yeah.
So you make a really good point though about Gabrielson, and it's the same is true of Driussi. When you get these big players come in from Europe, they have higher expectations, and you see it on the field, but you hear about it later in the dressing room. Right, I've heard time and again from different people just how influential Driussi is, who seems kind of a quiet guy. Let's just soccer dudes talking. There you go, soccer just for you guys.
Soccer.
But in the dressing room, in the locker room, he's really, really influential. I mean, he is a leader. He is a captain and everything but armband. And I think Gabrielson's cut from the same cloth. Always wanted to ask you guys this. Excited to have this chance. Danny Pereira. I'm going to go with you first, Barry. 6 or 8?
6 or 8. Where does he play best?
In the 6.
Okay.
I like him in the 6.
Okay.
B?
I think he's shown his brightest moments have been in the 8, I think. But I would love to see him. I think the 6 would be better for him, I think, in my opinion.
Are we talking solo 6 or part of a pair?
Pair.
Or double pivoting? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
That's,
H?
you know.
I'm gonna have to agree with my boys. I'm gonna have to agree with being Bale, and I'm gonna go with number 6. But I mean, I think Danny Pereira is just a kid that's gonna be great wherever they put him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's gonna be Driussi type one day, but he's gonna be like a Valverde. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna just be
He's
very influential in whatever midfield he is in.
He's definitely shining the 8 for sure, but I just kind of feel like maybe he would have more liberty and more opportunity to showcase in a 6 with a pair, in my opinion.
Who do you think is the best pair for him from Austin FC?
I'd have him in the 8, bro.
You have him in the 8.
Yeah,
Tell us why.
I
Tell us
think
why.
you get him tucked up tight, alongside Driussi, closer to Fagundes, closer to Yeruti. I think those boys, that's your indoor five-a-side team. Those boys are balling. I mean, they will never give up the ball. Their movement is ridiculous. And that's something I think we don't focus on enough as a fan base. It's not, of course, it's about what you do with the ball at your feet, but it's about what you do off the ball. A good coach back in the day, when I was kind of starting to coach, said to me, if you want to become a good coach, you've got to look at where the ball isn't. right? Those are the spaces of the field you need to be eyeballing. And when you watch those guys moving off the ball, it's astonishing. It really is. I think you get him closer to Driussi, you get him closer to Fagundes. They start pinging balls off one another. I'd be happier seeing Ring and Valencia back at the 6, double pivoting. Danny tucked up ahead of them. I don't know. Hit me up on Twitter. Give me crap about it. Okay, I guess.
What's your ad on Twitter? Tell the fans.
Oh, Lordy.
Where can they find you?
What is it? I should know, shouldn't I? I'll come back to you on that.
I think it's yeah, go check it out real quick. B, is there anything you want to add on this Montreal game previewing?
I just want to see a great game. I want to see a goal fest. I want to see them go at it. Showcase their offensive abilities. Both teams. I want to see a great offensive game.
Great
That's what
offensive
I'm
game.
hoping, Yeah.
Bali.
Must win.
Must win.
We have to bounce back. We have to
bounce back. I
You know,
agree.
Another
I agree.
defeat. We can't take another defeat.
I'm
I
down
agree.
with that.
We can't do
I
that.
agree. I think this is also a must win. We had a terrible month of May. B and I said here on the podcast that it was going to be the biggest month in club history. Well, I think we might have jinxed it. We might have put the pressure on the players, but it did not go well for us in the month of May, bro.
Not a good May.
But Mark Turner, is this a must-win game?
Yeah.
For for
It's going to be the
Austin
shortest
FC?
answer you're going to get from me in this whole pod. You boys covered it.
And honestly, we're very similar teams. Like, we're both very similar on the table, points, goals.
I agree.
It's gonna be a good game.
I hope it's a skull fest.
Hopefully, it's streamed this time. They actually
We
broadcast.
can't lose. If Austin win, then we're all happy, we're all excited. If Austin lose, this boy rages and we get to enjoy it. So, I mean, everyone's a winner.
Depends
Yeah,
on how
man.
they lose too. Right,
Yeah.
Can't no Pachuca.
Nah, man, we can't lose, man.
No Pachuca performance.
We can't lose.
please.
Currently, I'm going to read the standings real quick before we take off on the top flight private jet. I'm going to be the pilot today because Primo's not here. But real quick, before we end the Austin FC segment, we got Austin FC sitting in 4th place with 24 points. The goal difference is 10. And then shooting to the Eastern Conference, we got Montreal in 3rd, right? So very similar positions, very similar. They got 23 points. Their goal difference is just 2, right? So this is definitely a team that we can score on. We got Driussi, contender for MVP of the MLS, top scorer of the club history. Ceci was left in the dust with 7 goals. But anything else you guys want to add on to the Montreal game or the Austin FC segment in general?
I think we covered it pretty
Excited,
good.
man.
Yeah.
Must win.
Must win. Mark.
Yeah, no, I'm excited too, actually. It's been a while since we've seen Verde out there giving it. So, yeah, excited to see him again, and it's a must win.
Oh, actually, I want to plug this in real quick. You have to go to the Yao Ming Zall Cup after this, right? You want to tell the fans a little bit what that is?
Yeah, sure. So, well, I got pulled in at the 11th hour, so I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it's a tournament.
You were like the last minute signing on transfer deadline day for the Austin Anthem team.
That was it. In fact, I got the number 7 jersey, so I am
Nice.
a Driussi.
Oh, pressure
Pulled in late.
signing.
And people who watch me play know I'm definitely more of an Alex Ring. So, so Yao Ming Zall is a tournament that Austin FC are hosting. And actually, it's up in Leander, which is nice because it's in my neck of the woods. And it's just an indoor tourney. A bunch of teams up there. Los Verdes are up there, and a number of the Anthem and some other teams. And it's just fun, just hanging out, playing some soccer. So the reason I'm actually in shorts and everything is I'm not a full kit wanker, as they would say in England. A bit tragic at my age.
Yeah.
These are my game shorts. I played in game 1, and then I wanted to be on here with these boys. I bust out, missed game 2. I'm going to hustle back for game 3.
Yeah.
So I apologise to my teammates for not being there in the second game. You'll probably win without me. But yeah, here I am.
There you
Nice.
go. There you go.
Nice.
All right, well, let's hop on the top flight private jet, go over the Atlantic. And we got a little bit of special of a European segment. It's going to be a little different. We're going to focus strictly on Nottingham Forest. So get on the jet, everybody. Make sure to stay with us. We're going to talk European football now. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Top Flight Pod and checking us out on the Austin FC segment part. But we're getting on the private jet, shooting over the Atlantic, and we're landing in England to talk Nottingham Forest in Mark Turner's home country. We're going to not only talk about Nottingham Forest, but we got some England national team questions coming for you later because I don't think that they're so hot the way that the media makes them seem. But Mark Turner, welcome to the Top Flight Part European segment. The jersey you got on Nottingham Forest. The first question I want to hit you with is give us a little bit of background on your fan life with Nottingham Forest. When did you realize you were a Nottingham Forest fan?
Oh, man.
Because everybody has that moment when you realize, oh, this is the club that I'm going to
And congratulations, by the way. coming
Thanks,
back to the
brother.
Premier League. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
facts.
Yeah,
Congrats. Good
yeah.
shit, B.
Yeah.
Good shit. Excellent touch. Excellent touch.
See, I hesitate to share this story because it's
Oh,
really going to age
man.
me. It's really going to age me. But anyone who sees me play today at the tournament realize I don't play my age, all right? Doing okay.
You're actually
doing
pretty
okay.
good. You're actually pretty good. I've seen you play.
Oh, that's right. You are born.
I've seen you play. I've
Fucking
seen you
long
play.
time. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah,
Okay. So when I was a kid, are you guys familiar with panini stickers? You know
Yes.
what panini
Yes.
stickers are?
Yes.
Okay. So when I was a kid, panini stickers were huge, and kids would go around with bundles of panini stickers, and all of my buddies, all of my friends, they all love Manchester United and Liverpool, and those are the stickers they wanted. And
Disgusting clubs. Disgusting clubs. Whoa.
And as a 6-year-old, I think I was at the time, I just had a rebellious streak, and I did not want to follow the same club as everybody else. And I was looking for that smaller club who was punching above its weight, who was upsetting these other clubs and my friends. And I watched. My parents were watching, and I happened to see a TV show that Brian Clough was being interviewed on. Now, if you don't know who Brian Clough is, I mean, come on, seriously. But if you don't know who Brian Clough is, go check out YouTube. This guy was the most bombastic, most self-assured, you could say arrogant, football manager that England never had, the England national team never had. This guy was legendary.
This gentleman right here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely legendary. And he brought Nottingham Forest from complete obscurity to being what we now call Champions League
Yes.
champions 2 seasons in a row.
Yeah.
2 seasons in a row.
Back to
Yeah.
back.
Back to
Right.
back.
Incredible.
Got
Still
the drink and me going
smallest club
back
in the
to back.
history of the Champions League and European Cup, the smallest club to do that, to even win it.
Little
Do
bit-
it back to back is crazy.
Little bit of background on Brian Howard. How do you say it? Clough?
Yeah, Clough.
He was
Clough.
born in 1935 in Middlesbrough, England. He died 69 years old, which is a pretty long life in those days. What do you think, right? I mean,
I remember
69
a couple of
years
years
old?
before he died, actually.
I'm sorry,
Crazy.
age 69.
Yeah.
And then place of death, Derby, England. 5'10", position striker.
Amazing striker. Look at his
Wow.
record. I think he was I think he's still the striker in England, the fastest to get to 100 goals.
Wow.
Had an absolutely astonishing record, goal-scoring record. The tragedy was he played for
insane record.
England only twice.
That's insane, B.
That's insane. 213 appearances, 197 goals. That's
Wow.
Whoa, that's insane.
That's insane.
Astonishing.
That's
In
Haaland
these years-
numbers.
Astonishing.
That's
And his
Haaland
son-
In
numbers.
these years, that's on some
Yeah.
Pele shit.
Well,
That's on some Pele shit.
you gotta remember, this is back in the day when the fields were shit, man.
Yeah.
With
They
the
were chilled
with
to
the
hell.
seal leather balls
There
and
you
shit
go.
like that, steel stomach and shit like
Talking
that.
about, and people
Wow.
are playing with like nails driven through their boots. But no, I mean he had an incredible career which he never he made sure everybody knew about, and also his son, young Nigel Clough, came to play for Forest. Many years later, of course, and Nigel was a striker, and so you can be sure that his dad made sure that his record was front and center, and so Nigel knew what he had to be doing as a striker. But anyway, saw Brian on TV, and even as a 6-year-old, it sounds crazy to say this, but I was captivated by him. I mean, he just had this aura and the smile, and just I was like, who is this guy? What is this team? And even though I lived in Oxford, I got sucked into following Forest. Well, I didn't realise, but he was on TV that year because Forest had just won the first of their European Cups. And so, I got on board at a good time.
Yeah.
And I really started following the team in earnest, and then they won the European Cup again. So I was all about that. My favourite player was a guy called John Robertson, who ended up scoring the winning goal in that second European Cup. And that's it, man. So I've really been in on Forest since like 79, 80.
Damn.
And so them getting back to the Premier League is a big deal, but that's what I grew up with. I grew up with them in top flight. I grew up with them in the 80s and 90s. It was kind of a running joke, basically living at Wembley. I mean, they're at Wembley like every other year for one trophy or another. It was crazy.
And then after that, they went away, is what they say.
I was
right?
waiting to see what phrase you were going to use. There. Very delicate, very generous.
They kind of just went away, I guess some people would say, and now they're back. They're back, we were looking at some headlines earlier. One of the magazine headlines is "Back Where They Belong."
Yeah.
Honestly, a lot of people don't know, but Nottingham Forest is European football royalty, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
They honestly got some history. But B, you wanna ask Mark Turner anything on the Nottingham part?
It's the first time they've been in the Prem since what, 98, 99?
They're one of the original founders.
23
Yeah.
years? 23 years?
23 years.
Yeah,
wow.
23 years, So, I just wanted to see a little insight on the club as far as like the ownerships, the ambitions of the club? Where do you see, Nottingham Forest in the transfer market? What kind of power do they have in the market? And where do you see Nottingham finishing, I guess, essentially in the Premier League this season? Or are they ambitious to stay?
That was
or
like
what
30
kind of battle?
questions, brother.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm just, I guess the ambition of the club, the ownership.
Yeah.
Are they going to be shopping in the window?
Yeah, I think so. So we had a change in ownership. I think 3-4 years ago now.
About 3 or 4.
Yeah, when Marinakis came in. Marinakis.
Yeah,
is
that's the owner.
Yeah, he's the owner
Marinakis.
of Olympiacos. Who,
Andy Milanakis.
Okay, who?
No, I'm just kidding. That's not him.
Okay, yeah, it sounded better coming from you. So yeah, he's the owner of Olympiacos, who routinely win the Greek league. We're always in the Champions League. Don't ever do a whole heck of a lot, but they are. I mean, they're the primo team essentially in Greece. And the guy came into Forest, with all the promises of what would follow. About half a dozen managers later, we landed on Steve Cooper, and it really has been. It's been alchemy this year, having an owner who really supports the team and the community at large, bringing in Steve Cooper, who has a great experience as really a coach that primarily works with youth, spent some time at Liverpool, with England, with Swansea, who got into playoffs in 2 successive seasons.
Look at that. That's what football royalty looks like.
Steve
Cooper.
Steve Cooper.
David Cooper.
Yeah.
And yeah, he came in. So great story this season. We had Chris Hughton at the beginning of the year. Chris Hughton knows his stuff. He's a successful manager. Did good things with Brighton when they were in the Premier League, or they are still in the Premier League. But he did a good job there. Came into Forest. His style did not fit Forest's style. Forest are known as a free-flowing, counter-attack, on the deck kind of a team. Hughton had other ideas. It didn't work with the roster he had. The players he brought in, it wasn't clicking. After the first 7 games of this season, Forest were rock bottom.
Yeah, behind Derby, I believe. Yeah.
So glad you said that.
Behind
So
Derby.
glad you said that. Because, of course, how the season's ended up. So there's Clough with the European Cup. Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's beautiful.
That's a beautiful trophy, bro.
That's awesome.
That's a beautiful historic trophy right there.
Yeah.
Man. Hey, what if Nottingham finish top 4 next season, bro?
That'd be amazing.
Back in the Champions
no.
League.
Well, let me finish up the story.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead,
bottom of the
go
league,
ahead.
they get rid of Hughton, they bring in Stevie Cooper, and then they do something that no team has ever done in EFL Championship history. Ever.
What?
Ever. No
Uh-oh.
team that's been bottom of the league when a manager comes in have ever even gotten to the playoffs.
Damn, that's
Let
dope.
alone be
Yeah.
promoted.
That's dope.
Forest were into the final game of the season playing against Bournemouth. 2 games from the end of the season. If had they beaten Bournemouth, they would have gone up automatically behind Fulham.
Damn.
Insane. So what Stevie Cooper has done with players like Jed Spence, that
Yeah.
you talked about off mic, he's brought in on loan. Jimmy Garner, who he brought in from Man United on loan, who's been a revelation. What he's done to really build up the just kind of the belief in the academy players like Joe Worrell, who now skippers the team. Ryan Yates, who is being lambasted by Forest fans 2 seasons ago.
Arsenal and Tottenham joined by Bayern Munich in transfer chase for Middlesbrough defender Jed Spence.
I think he's been
Yeah.
linked to just about every top
Yeah.
team in Europe right
Yeah.
now. Jed Spence.
Very good player.
Go ahead.
But
Mark.
it's incredible. It really is. And I had the privilege of flying back to England 2 weeks ago to go to Wembley with one of my best friends and actually see Forest do it. So,
Nice,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
that's definitely one thing we wanted to talk about on the pod by having you on here.
Yeah.
You were at the game.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
man.
it.
Uh-oh, what we got?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Damn.
Nice.
Here's a program from Wembley.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
You guys
From
take a
Wembley.
look
From Wembley.
From Wembley.
I'm going to smell it.
Wembley Stadium. All right, I also have
I'ma
a gift,
smell it.
I have a
It's
gift
gonna-
for you guys. So
Oh, man.
I've been trying
Uh-oh.
to find this shirt for you guys because I want it up on the wall. This is this season's shirt. This is like hen's teeth now. You can't get this
Yeah.
anywhere.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
got the stupid money on the
I'd
bag.
imagine it.
Actually, here's a nice
This
little
smells
touch
good, bro.
for you. If you guys gonna get this on camera.
Yeah.
Spin around.
Oh, okay.
Riano Ojeda,
Yeah.
back in my shirt.
Nice.
Paraguayan. Young Paraguayan player. Very
Rodney
good player.
Redes.
This is the guy we should have bought.
Yeah. We should have.
Anyhow, but I'm going to find you one of these. I promise I'm going to find
Nice.
you one, okay? In the
Nice.
meantime, as a loaner,
Yeah.
I pulled this out of my collection.
Oh,
This shirt
man.
is 20 years old.
Whoa.
Okay, it's one of my favourites. I like this shirt because it has
Wow.
Pinnacle on, who are actually based in Nottingham, local sponsor. Classic shirt. The reason I pulled this one out for you boys, and hopefully you can find a home for it somewhere. Maybe you can cover up that crappy Liverpool shirt. is, is because I know one of the boys you want to talk to me about this year is Brennan Johnson.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
on fire right now, both domestically and
Amazing.
internationally, all right? This jersey, worn 20 years ago, was worn by his old man, David
Oh,
Johnson.
wow.
He was a striker at
Damn.
Nottingham Forest and a Jamaican international at the time. So his old man, in fact, let me go ahead and pull this
Wow.
up here. It all ties
Man.
together.
I think that company still exists.
Here we
Pinnacle
go.
Insurance.
So there's David Johnson, Brennan Johnson's dad, wearing this jersey.
Wow.
Nice.
That one right
Nice.
here,
You
right?
guys can pick that up there.
We have it right here
Wow.
on TV right now.
So there you go, boys.
Oh,
Hey, thanks, Mark
Appreciate
Turner.
it, Mark. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Nottingham. We're gonna definitely hang it up, showcase it here.
We're gonna Man United. Bye.
Man United.
Yeah,
That's a
United.
Ronaldo jersey,
Yeah,
mate.
United.
That's a
Yeah, I gotta
Ronaldo
go.
jersey, mate. We're
Okay.
definitely probably gonna say goodbye to maybe say goodbye
Well,
to
you
this
know,
Chelsea
I
kid.
think-
Chelsea,
I think-
Chelsea,
no, I
Chelsea.
think-
You're into
I
you,
think
Chelsea.
I think that Mark should pick. Who would you want to leave, Mark?
Fuck it, Mark.
Yeah, pick Mark.
Which
It-
one?
it
Who
is
would you
Liverpool, but I know you've probably got a lot of listeners and viewers. Who love Liverpool.
Yeah,
piss them off. So I'm not going to take that heat.
This
I
is
mean,
sick,
Tottenham
bro.
could go, right?
Yeah,
Tottenham.
I
But
don't
there
even know
is-
why
hey,
it's up there.
Especially if Jet Spence goes there.
Yeah.
Fuck Tottenham.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Beautiful,
Nice.
bro.
Nice.
Yeah, nice, very nice.
Beautiful, bro.
Thank
the
you,
last thing I
Mark.
want to do, guys, very quickly, because this is essentially it's a recruitment drive at this point.
Nah.
Let's get as many Austin FC fans on board
Yeah.
with Forest,
Yes,
even if
sir.
it's just as a second team. So one thing I want to let you guys know is that Nottingham Forest have a North American supporters
Okay.
group. That's our badge.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Wow.
nice badge.
Okay.
Which incorporates both the US badge, obviously, and the Canadian, the maple
Mm-hmm.
leaf in there. NFFC NA, I believe, is their Twitter handle. And mine is Turner in Verde.
Okay.
Okay.
So I wanted to show you that we have that going on. And then there's some badges that they produce. So these are for you boys.
Oh,
Some
nice.
stickers.
Hell yeah,
Put
we'll
those
definitely
wherever
get the
you
word out. I
want.
mean, come on.
Yeah, these are sick.
Nah,
These are
yeah.
sick. These are sick.
I'll be supporting. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'll be supporting
Oh.
Arsenal, but I'll definitely be supporting Nottingham Forest this season also.
Is that what you were feeling when Nottingham knocked Arsenal out of the FA Cup
Well,
in the
you
third
know,
round?
you know,
that what you were feeling?
I wasn't a fan. I wasn't
That's
a
not
fan,
that
but
surprising, though, you know?
But I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something. I'm not surprised that they're in the Premier League because I saw the quality of the team and I saw the fight. Not also the fight, the fans. They get behind the team and they fight together, and that's key, man. Hopefully they come in and they stay up, and not be a Fulham. Always coming up and down, up and down.
So
up.
how much are they
Stay in the
spending?
Premier League.
Yeah, good point.
How much are they?
So
What's the budget?
Because
here?
they got what 200 mil?
Almost.
200 mil.
About 180 million pounds.
Wow.
And then Manonakis is worth, I think conservatively, he's worth about 150.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's what he's worth. He's not going to spend all of that on Forest, but I'd be surprised if they didn't make an investment of somewhere between 50 to 60 mil.
Mhm.
I don't want to see them blow the budget in this first transfer window. We have a great core. I mean, to Bali's point, we have a team that fight. They have good skill. They're quick. I mean, in terms of like the counter attack. So we have a good core. Can all of them step up and play Premier League? I mean, that's what we're about to find out, right? I want to give
Yeah.
these guys a chance to demonstrate that.
Yeah.
So let's bring in maybe 4 or 5 guys, bolster the roster, see where we're at come Thanksgiving, and then think about maybe what we need to do in the January transfer window, either to keep us up or to make a push for European places if we're having a crazy hot season. I think teams do that a lot in the Premier League. They come up and they're largely an unknown quantity. We saw that with Sheffield United. To your point,
Yes.
we saw it with Leeds United. Even Bournemouth in their first year, they come up and the Premier League teams, I think it's kind of a case of they don't take them seriously and they also
Yeah.
don't quite know what to do with them.
Yeah.
And so these teams kind of have a hot year, and it's usually the following year that they struggle. So
Yeah. You
as long as
definitely
they
don't-
invest their money wisely. I trust Stevie Cooper. I trust
Okay.
Danny
Yeah.
Murphy.
Say Stevie Cooper.
You definitely
I
don't
like
want to
them.
do a 2019 or 18 Fulham where they came and they spent like 180 million. I might be
That was
exaggerating.
insane. That was insane. They
Yeah.
basically bought a new team.
Yeah, they
Man.
essentially bought a brand new team
Yeah.
with it, and
And
they
they
went,
went
down that season.
They
so
did. That's right.
there's another example for all these other clubs.
I
mean, they
believe
know.
I believe we have a player, Damian Loss. He used to play for Fulham.
Oh
I
yeah,
saw-
he was. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I saw a photo of him with the badge. But on the topic of transfers and movement in the team, this is not kind of like a player incoming. This is a question of outgoing.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you the situation going on with the Nottingham Forest keeper, because he had some crucial saves in the penalty shootout, and now there's rumors that he doesn't want to resign. I remember seeing something that him and his agent laughed at one of the contract renewals that Nottingham gave him. You think he's like being pushed out for Ethan Horvath to kind of start for Nottingham Forest in the EPL and cash in on that USA money, or do you think you think maybe it's Samba being the drama queen in this contract thing?
Well,
Because there's French clubs after him.
Yeah, there are French clubs.
There's a lot of teams interested in this guy.
Yeah, and they should be. They should be. I mean, the first thing I say is that Horvath's an excellent keeper.
Yeah.
He is.
Great.
He is
Yep.
fantastic.
When Samba went off the boil mid-season, Horvath came in and did not disgrace himself. His first game was a little sketchy, and Forest fans were like, "Oh, what do we have here?" But then he really found his way, and I think he had 6 or 7 games on the trot and played really well. Obviously, you guys know what he can do from Gold Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was tough.
So I don't know that he's a Premier League keeper, but I think if Samba goes, Forest are going to have to strengthen that position for sure. I think it's a lot of agent talk. I think when a team gets to the Premier League, I think players feel like the team's flush with cash.
Yeah.
Time to double my salary.
Yes.
Let's all be honest, guys. If we're in that situation, we'd be doing exactly
Beautiful
the same
game of
thing.
football. Beautiful game of
But
football.
Samba's a remarkable keeper. He has so much personality. Again, folks, go check out YouTube. Look at the playoff semi-final match against Sheffield United.
Yeah.
And the penalty kicks. I mean,
stepped
Samba
up.
was brutal, absolutely brutal. He was so good, and he won that game for us. He went to PKs, and it was all about him. And that's
He
how
had
he likes it.
he had
That's how he
two
likes
two
it.
saves or was it
Three.
three?
Yeah,
Three
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 saves.
saves.
Yeah.
And he had some penalty instructions taped to his water bottle, correct?
He did, which became iconic. There are actually T-shirts you can buy now that have his
Oh,
water
wow.
bottle on.
Dude,
with the
awesome.
instructions on
I
it.
love
Yeah.
that, bro.
wow.
Yeah.
Dedication.
Yeah.
I love that, and that's why I wanted to ask you, because you would think that maybe they would be all over re-signing this kid, re-signing this guy, but unfortunately, like you said, when you have agents like that, when you come into the EPL, money is a big factor in a lot of these
Well,
conversations.
he wants a payday. I mean,
Yeah.
he did win the semi-final for us.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
been outstanding this
100%.
season and last season.
So
So
his contract is up though. Like he's.
he has one more year.
Oh well.
Who wants
Yeah,
to?
he has one more year.
Yeah.
But without going, Jed Spence was remarkable this year. He's not our
Yeah.
player. He's a Middlesbrough's
Yeah,
player,
Borough.
as Bali and I were talking about again off mic. And again, he's attracting attention from just about every team
Yeah.
in Europe, it would seem. Another one is Jimmy Garner, who was at the heart of our midfield alongside Ryan Yates, phenomenal player from Manchester United. Quite honestly, he could have played for United this last year.
Yeah.
Now Ten Hag's come in. Ten Hag has other ideas. They're already talking about, Jimmy Garner could come back to Forest again on loan this season, which we would be super happy to see. Brennan Johnson obviously is attracting a lot of attention,
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
just
yeah,
domestically,
yeah.
but now he scored his first goal for Wales.
Yes,
I don't think
which is going to Wales is going to the World Cup.
absolutely
Yeah.
and
Going to the World
honestly,
Cup.
I think the fact he subbed in for Gareth Bale, there's a change into the guard right there.
Yeah.
Real quick, I wanna throw this in there. I was fascinated when I found this out on the Wales topic. Since this is like a historic segment in the pod, I found out recently when I was doing some research on the Wales team that the last time that they were in the World Cup, they were eliminated by a goal from a 17-year-old Pele.
Oh, wow.
That is the last time Wales was in a World Cup,
64
bro.
years ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was the last. Damn.
They were eliminated. The last World Cup they were at, they were eliminated by 17-year-old Pele.
Damn.
Isn't that insane?
That's just.
And they're
it's
back.
history.
Yeah.
They're back.
They are
They're
back.
back. Now, I want to ask you this, Mark. On screen, we got Ethan Horvath.
Yep.
And we were talking about Samba. Who do you want to be the keeper in the EPL? As a fan, 100% fan.
Yeah.
Give me all
I
passion.
want Samba.
Samba.
I want Samba. Yeah,
Samba,
I want him to
100%.
stay. I think he's got great character, great personality, but he's also just an outstanding goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He's big. He's athletic. His degree of shithousery is Premier League.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy slows the game down
Yeah.
like no keeper you've ever seen.
100%.
We saw those images of Jordan Pickford against
I was
Liverpool
about to ask
the
you.
other
Yeah.
day, and he's like kind of looking over and kind of winking and stuff. He's like, I'm slowing the game down. It's different level. Samba's a different level, man.
Oh really?
Oh, he'll
Yeah.
antagonize teams all
Then
get up.
Pickford.
And Forest fans love that. They love seeing,
Yeah.
a guy
Yeah.
do that for them.
Hell yeah.
And Forest are going to need that this year. I mean, they're not going to blow teams away. They're going to need to try and stay in games. When they get up a goal, they're
gonna-
need to slow the game down.
Yeah,
They're
They're
gonna
going to
Sure.
be fighting for their life.
Folks
Yeah.
call it the dark arts.
They're gonna be fighting for their
They're going to
life.
need that. They're going to need that to survive. But I know no, I can't say I know. I'm confident that they're going to survive this year. I really am confident.
Where do you see them finishing?
100% confident they're going to stay
Yeah,
in
I'm
the
100%
Premier League.
confident.
Yeah.
Look
I
at look at the camera. 100% confident.
am. 100% confident.
There we go. B, what were you going to say, bro? Sorry
I
about
was
that.
gonna say, what position do you see them then? Do you
Doesn't
see them?
matter. As long
Doesn't
as
matter.
it's fourth from
Okay.
bottom. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel you.
Well,
I feel
hey.
you.
That's fair. That's fair.
If you want to get saved, call Lampard.
Oh, no.
Call Lampard. Call
Which actually nicely brings me back to, because of his connections with Derby. Thank you for mentioning
Yeah.
Derby. Who subsequently got relegated this season.
Yep.
So Forest get promoted, Derby get relegated. It's beautiful in the
Ah.
Midlands.
It's beautiful. Bali, you have anything you want to add on the? Nottingham?
I'm
Or
just-
you have any question you want to add?
I'm just very, very excited and happy for Nottingham. You know, looking at the history, 23 years, you know, it's a long time. You know, I know how it feels to not win anything for a while. You know, as an
Oh,
Arsenal
that
fan, you know,
sucks,
I'm in my 5th year now, no Champions League, so I know how it feels, man. But
On
you
some
know, you're
Spurs
back,
shit.
and I'm happy for you, man.
Again, I said I'm an older fan. I've seen Forest in the Premier League. You know, I remember the cups. I remember the heyday, the 80s and 90s when we lived at the old Wembley.
Yeah.
But going to the new Wembley, which, by the way, I think Forest are one of only 4 of the 92 professional teams in England who had never been to the new Wembley.
Oh wow.
Right, so now we have that monkey off our backs.
Yeah.
To be there at the new Wembley, and for that final whistle to go, it's crazy, man. Do you guys have moments in your life that are like touchstones? Like they're so indelibly part of you that if you close your eyes and you just think back to that moment, it all floods back. The emotion, right? If you're hugging a friend,
Yeah.
you have that, you feel
I
that.
see what
right?
you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Music.
It's
That's
like
what
I
you're
remember
saying.
exactly.
the
Yeah.
final whistle went, we were screaming and jumping around and grabbing people around us. I was in tears. I'm not ashamed to say I was
Wow.
in tears. Freed from Desire. Garner, Freed from Desire came out over the speakers. And we were just losing our shit, just dancing and
That's
singing this
passion,
song.
Wow, man.
And there were almost 40,000, excuse me, I'm getting cut up again. There were
Yeah.
40,000 Forest fans in
That's
there.
love,
And the
that's
noise,
love.
I mean, commentators from Sky, commentators from BT Sport, they were all saying, we have never heard Wembley like this.
Wow.
The only thing that came close to it was the European Championship final this last year, which, I was privileged to be at. It was a blessing to be there, and it was just, oh, God, the emotion.
You were at the Real Madrid PSG.
No, England,
Madrid-
Italy.
England,
Oh,
Italy.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
European
yeah.
champion.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes,
That
yes.
feeling and emotion.
Yes, you were there. You were there.
That
I
was
remember
amazing.
Yeah,
That
I
was an
remember
amazing
that.
game
That
too.
was insane, too. That's
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a
yeah,
great game
yeah.
too.
bought tickets after the Ukraine game. So I went to England with England getting ready to play the semi. If they lost the semi, I was coming home with the tail between my legs. So I bought a very expensive ticket, took a gamble, and
Yeah.
B,
Nice,
before I
man.
ask my next question, is there anything you want to add
Yeah,
on
I
to
just
Nottingham?
want to touch on, you bringing up the emotions, the feelings of seeing your club get promoted. It's something that I, watching you have these feelings is just like, man, I couldn't relate because, there's no relegation promotion in the MLS.
Yeah.
I grew up watching Liga MX as a kid. I followed America, which they're not going to be in that position. And, falling in love with European football, Chelsea is just, can't relate. Can't really seem to fathom the feeling of seeing a club that you love get promoted to an elite top flight league like the Premier League. So congrats, man.
Mhm.
Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. And it was really interesting. The lead up to the game, we went to a place called the Green Man, which is an historic pub in London, which is where back in the day, again, when we used to live at Wembley, that was where all the Forest fans would go. So it was
Yeah.
our pub. Well, we haven't been there in 23 years.
Damn.
So to see the beer
Oh,
garden
man, that's
flooded with red.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Ex-players were there, and some of
That's
the
beautiful.
broadcasting
Damn.
team, and looking
That's
around
beautiful, bro.
and seeing families, seeing dads who were younger than me, who had never seen Forest in the Premier League, with their children who, of course, had never had that experience.
New fans, though.
Yeah.
New
And it's-
Forest fans
It
in those
just-
kids.
I mean, if I wasn't so drunk, I'd have been touched.
Yeah, I see what you're
But
saying.
it was pretty
Yeah,
heady,
man.
man. I don't really
Man,
remember
I-
the walk to Wembley. I'm gonna be honest.
Now,
I love the Premier League.
these two
Oh,
boys, B and Bali, they're huge EPL fans. Arsenal and Chelsea,
Yeah,
right? That's
yeah.
no secret.
Yeah.
Is that where
I'm
you sit between
La
them? You have to
Liga.
keep them separated.
Yes, I have to.
Fair play.
I am La Liga, Real Madrid fan.
Of
So
course.
is
Los Blancos.
Primo, Los Blancos, Neff, Danny Bands.
Yeah.
Too many.
So where I sympathize with Nottingham Forest is in the European Champions League part about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real Madrid won their 14th.
Yeah.
The second place is Milan.
Yeah.
Liverpool right
Yeah,
after that. Then we got the likes of Barcelona, Chelsea, bunch of Bayern, right?
Just caught up.
But it's cool.
true.
It's cool to have Nottingham Forest, a historic team, come back to life like that. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Did you know,
Come
where they
back
won,
onto
do you know
the
where
scene.
they won the second of their European Cup?
No, where?
Bernabeu.
In the Bernabeu.
Nice.
Wow.
Wow. Nice.
Yes.
Incredible. I'm actually planning on going to the new Bernabeu when it's fully open and
Nice.
ready. That's something I really want to do. I want to take my little brother, my girl. I don't think my parents
Dude,
would
hit
go.
me up.
I'll be down, dude. That's something that we've actually always talked about since we were like in high school. We've wanted to plan like a Euro trip, but we want to visit Stamford Bridge, visit Arsenal Stadium, go to the Bernabeu. But
Camp
soon.
Nou, fine.
The
What
Camp
do you-
Nou.
what do
Fuck the Camp Nou. Fuck the
Think
Camp
about
Nou.
our boy going to PSG.
Who?
Rumors of Zidane.
Zidane. Oh,
It's happening.
I didn't
It's
think you. I
happening.
didn't think you were gonna ask me
Here's
that.
what I heard the other day. Is
I didn't
he
think you were
really
gonna ask
wants
me
the
that.
France job. And there's talk that when Deschamps gets done with the World Cup, he's done with France.
Yes.
And Zidane's
Yeah.
like, and they know he's a shoot, like they shoe him, right? They'll give it to him. So
Yeah.
he's
It's a
like,
nice
well, do I
buffer.
go to PSG? And
Yeah.
You
Just
should.
a little buffer before you get the France
That's what
job.
I would do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what I would
exactly.
do.
Just have
That's
a little
what I
fun
would
with PSG. Plus, Mbappe, he's with his new insane contract.
Rat.
I'm sure he can
Rat.
make it happen.
So I heard a funny thing on a podcast the other day. Someone was saying, Zidane goes to PSG. This is going to be the first like leadership decision that Mbappe is going to make since he took over the club.
Yes.
Right?
Plus, PSG need a manager that like Zidane is the
Zidane
perfect.
makes sense.
perfect-
Yeah,
Zidane
perfect.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
perfect.
Zidane makes
Because
sense.
It
he's
does.
not there to build a squad. He's there to
Yeah.
manage egos and manage big names.
And
That's
something that
the
he's done
thing.
before.
There's not a locker room in the world he doesn't walk into and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to shut the fuck up now. 'Cause
Exactly. Yeah.
Ah.
And
you're
and
it. I mean, I can't.
You're just controlling the vibe. You're
Yeah.
letting
Yeah.
the vibe happen, and you're just kind of controlling it. It's like I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just too many egos, too many big names. They've flooded this club with an insane amount of money, and it's just
And also, if you step out of line, he's going to headbutt you.
Yeah.
that's true.
Isn't-
Yeah,
Plus
you're right.
respect.
isn't
Respect
there
for him.
rumors? Isn't there rumors of a statue?
No, it's so good. It's up. It's up.
They're,
Yeah,
they're
it is,
gonna
that's
or
right.
they're gonna
It's
put a statue of him
It's up.
headbutt. It's up.
It's
Yeah,
up.
it
Yeah.
is.
Wow.
It's up.
Shout out. But okay, so you asked me the question, right?
Historic moment.
I had a long conversation with my boy Neff. Shout out to my boy Neff.
I'm sure you have plenty of those.
Yeah, we had a lot of conversation. But one of the conversations we had was about this issue, Zidane. And he was, we were talking about it, and I told him that if he wanted the France job, if he wants that France job, he has to go through PSG first. I think he has to go through PSG
I
and
think
then
he's
get
got
that
it,
French
bro.
job.
I think he's got it.
You
I
think
Won
so?
Champions League
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
years in a row.
Yeah, he's got
man.
it, bro.
Yeah, but-
he could stay not managing until waits for the opening to free up, and he can get it, bro.
Yes,
He can get
I
it.
agree he's earned it.
Yeah.
But the French Federation, bro, they're something else.
They're special sauce.
They're special.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They control the Ballon d'Oro. They control so many things. The president of FIFA, what's his name? Blatter, isn't he from France or
No,
Platini?
he's
No,
Swiss.
not
Platini's from France.
the bald guy. He's from
Platini.
France, right?
No, Platini's French.
Platini's French.
Yeah.
Platini's French. Okay.
Yeah, actually, an
Yeah.
awesome player.
Yeah.
God, I'm old.
Fantastic player. No one's good. That's what I'm saying. Like,
real baller.
that's what I'm saying. Like, those areas of football, those guys, they have a little group of buddies, and if you want to get in the club,
As long as you don't piss him off.
Coach PSG.
Yeah.
As
And
long as you don't piss
also,
him off.
there's reports in the news that the French president is kind of convincing Zidane to come into PSG.
It's
What's his name? Macron.
Yeah.
Macron. He's talking to
He was
Zizou.
involved. He was involved in the Mbappe
Mbappe situation as well. Involved
So
situation
it's
as well.
almost like the French are kind of,
Can I just say I'm really, really happy that Boris Johnson doesn't get involved in the Three
Oh,
Lions.
yeah, he gets
Yeah,
involved.
true.
I don't want him
in
anywhere
other
near our
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
gets
right
involved.
here.
Yeah, he gets involved in the cells of clubs. Yeah.
Long live the queen
God
too.
Damn, what
Long
a,
live
what
the
a-
queen.
Oh,
Long live the
yes,
queen.
Her
She's like
Majesty.
120. But hey, bro, real quick, Martina, we don't have that much time left. I know you have to go somewhere, but
Yes,
I wanted
sir.
to ask you
Yes.
something. Getting away from Nottingham Forest, but
Three
staying
Lions,
in
right.
England, staying in
Here
the
we
Three
go.
Lions.
Here we go.
Sir.
Not so important. Nations League Cup.
Yeah.
I want to ask you real quick. Do you care that England is in last place for this tournament right now? They're in last place. Italy is in first.
Am I bleeding?
God
Do you care? No, not at all.
Okay. So if we were top of the table, you would expect me to be like,
Yes.
sticking my chest out.
Yeah.
We're better than Germany. We're better than. I don't really care. I mean, I genuinely don't get. Like, I like Nations League.
Yes.
I'm really glad it exists.
Yes.
Because like boring, meaningless friendlies, Pachuca.
Yes.
I just don't understand, right? I don't understand the
Yeah.
point of them. So to inject a trophy into the whole situation makes a lot more sense. Right now, it's crazy. These players have been playing non-stop essentially
Yes.
for 2 years because of the COVID situation.
KDB.
Now we're shoehorning in 4 games in 11, 12 days,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? Before they then kick up Premier League. I'm like, you got to give these kids a break. It's insane. So the fact that, right now we've got, 2 points, I really don't care. I mean, the performance against Italy was good. The performance against Germany was good.
Lost to Hungary.
Neither performance was great.
Lost to Hungary.
Lost to Hungary.
Let's not skip that.
Don't worry, we're going to get our revenge on Tuesday. I'm 100% sure of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get our licks in on Tuesday. So no, I'm not too bothered. I'm more concerned about, and it's actually kind of, this comes full circle back to Austin FC. I'm actually kind of concerned about the offensive output.
Oh.
from 3 Lions.
Well, why would you be concerned about the offense? Well, the output I see, but England has one of the best
I know,
on paper
it's
on
insanity.
three.
You
Best
got-
front three
Yeah.
in
you
the
got
Southgate.
world.
I think it's Southgate.
It's too much.
It's
To
too
me,
much.
Southgate.
It's too
to me,
much.
I think Southgate's a problem to me.
See, and Barley's right. It is about Southgate, but here's the issue. Like, he's really unified this group of players, right?
Yes.
They used to be, it was very tribal. You had
Yes.
your Man United sect, you had
Yeah.
the Liverpool sect, you had your Chelsea
Yeah.
sect, and it didn't
Facts.
mix,
That's
right?
why the golden era kind of.
Exactly,
Yeah.
which is insane. Like,
It's
you
insane.
look at the midfield
Lampard,
we used to have.
Rooney.
I mean, it was the
Gerrard.
greatest midfield in the world
Yes.
at that point in
That
time.
game versus Germany where Lampard hit the post and the ball went over the line.
That was a goal.
That changed
Yeah,
history.
yeah.
That was a
That
goal.
changed
You
history.
look at
That was a
midfield,
goal.
It was Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes, Beckham, Carrick,
Roy Keane.
Hargreaves.
Nah, no, just kidding.
You
He's
know,
violent.
Rooney,
He's violent.
Rooney.
He's violent.
Don't
Rooney.
don't make me tell the people.
Peter Crouch. Peter Crouch. Peter Crouch. Hey,
But our offense right now, you look at Harry Kane, you look at Foden, you look at Sterling,
Mount,
Grealish.
Mount,
Sancho.
Grealish,
who's the lad from
Saka.
West Ham? Who's I'm blanking. Who's,
Rice.
Smith Rowe.
No, the
Mason
forward.
Mount.
Antonio.
Why am I forgetting?
Abraham.
I actually like Antonio, former
Yeah.
Forest man.
Harry
Anyway,
Kane.
But to Barley's point, it is the coach. But it's difficult because Southgate's done a really good job of unifying this squad, kind of making it Club England, making us difficult to beat. You know, we don't concede very many goals, even with Harry Maguire in defence.
Yeah.
The fridge.
But scoring has
Captain,
been
captain.
the issue, and it's been the issue really since the second half of the championship final against Italy.
Yeah.
You know, where we scored a goal early and battened down the hatches and then got called out.
Yeah.
Never should have happened. Should have turned the screw. Never should have happened. I love Josh Wolf, but that was very wolfy.
Yeah. 100%.
Very wolfy.
He's been better this season. He's been better this season.
Yeah.
But there was the inclination to do that for Austin this last year. England do it too much. It concerns me going to the World Cup. I don't fancy our chances. I really don't. I think unless we are a little more courageous and get away from this double pivot, have the one at 6, release guys like Grealish, release guys like Foden, give them a bit more license to get up the field, I think we're going to struggle.
Well, I'm very excited for the Black Friday clash, USA England. That's probably going to be.
Look at this.
Oh,
That's it
that's
right
gonna
there. I
be-
got you, baby.
That's
I
gonna
got you,
be-
baby. I got you, baby.
That's
There's
gonna
What
be.
a group.
I've seen reports of like it might become the most watched
Yeah,
sporting event
yeah.
in the history of the
What
U.S.
a
100%. 100%.
Yeah,
Bro,
it
this
will.
is Thanksgiving, bro.
This is-
What a
yeah,
group.
We're
exactly.
off. We're off
And
this
tell you
day.
guys,
The entire-
don't
yeah.
sleep on Iran.
Oh no, no.
Oh, no, yeah.
no.
Hey,
Or,
trust me.
dude, this group actually, with the Wales being introduced,
Yeah.
I think it's the toughest group. In
Yes,
my
Yeah,
opinion.
that's
it
what
might
I
be.
thought.
It might be.
That's
It's
It
the
might
most
be.
balanced,
It's
right?
the most balanced.
Yeah.
it's
It might
the
be.
most
It might be. It might
entertaining,
be.
the most toughest group, bro.
Now, I got toast on the Wrestling TV account. I got toasted because I said Iran to beat U.S. men's national team. And, of course, all the little U.S. men's national team blokes came after me, and they're like, oh, you're wrong, this and that, blah, blah. I get it, USA is good. I get it, USA is good.
Just for me, blokes.
yeah, so
But this is an Iran World Cup team.
I know.
This is an Iran World Cup
Yeah.
team. This is going to be the biggest stage. Iran has been getting hoed, though, because their friendly in Canada got canceled, and they haven't been playing
Yeah.
consistent top-level football to get ready for this World Cup.
Any two teams from this group need to brace themselves at going home early, and I include England in the
Yeah.
mix.
Yeah.
Any two teams. Wales right now are on an upswing. They just drew with Belgium, who are no longer number one, but world number one for how many years? They just
Yeah.
drew with
Yeah.
number one, right?
Yeah.
Brandon
Another-
Johnson.
another golden era age lost.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, they squandered that.
Real
Yeah.
quick, I want to
Belgium,
ask
yeah.
everybody on the part, starting with you, Mark. Ready?
Yeah.
We're going to go through the England World Cup group. First game they have is November 21st at 7 a.m. in Central Time, everybody, against Iran.
Yeah.
Who wins that game? Mark Turner.
England start notoriously slow, so I'm going to go with a tie.
A tie to start the World Cup.
Yeah.
Oh.
Under pressure.
English
Day
media
one.
is going to flip.
Yeah.
English media is
Ooh.
going to flip. Bali, who wins the first match? England, Iran.
I think England got it.
England got
Yeah,
it.
England got it.
B.
I think England has it.
England
too.
has
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
All right, moving on to the second match day. Match day 2 of 3. Like B said, Black Friday, November 25th at 1 p.m. Perfect time, by the way. England versus USA. Who wins that, B?
I got the U.S.
Oh, of course.
Upsetting and
Upsetting.
upsetting the English and breaking all. I mean, Twitter's gonna go crazy. The U.S. is gonna have a party. I think that's the U.S. biggest game, and I can't remember how many years. I mean,
Bigger than when they
Yeah.
played Belgium and Wondolowski put it wide. Bigger than that moment. Remember
since
that. Remember
moment,
that- since that moment.
Since that moment.
Since that moment.
Yeah. yeah.
Bali, second match day. England, USA.
I
Who-
think England will be too much for USA.
England will be
yeah,
too much.
England will be too much for USA.
We'll see. We'll see.
Damn, Bali's team England all the way.
Yeah.
Mark Turner. Mark
I
Turner.
love
Match day
Bali.
2. Match day 2.
England are going to squeak through that
Oh,
game.
yeah.
It's going to be a VAR decision that shouldn't have gone their way. It goes their way late in
That's
the
gonna be a good
match.
one.
Or it's going to be a Harry Kane PK. Never should have been a PK. Harry Kane is
Yeah.
always going to score PKs.
Typical Harry Kane.
He's
And
my
then
favorite
and
group.
then Harry Kane, whenever he goes to the press conference, he's gonna say that he loves his wife. That's what he's gonna say. Third match day 3 of 3. This is my biggest game of the group. Wales, England. Gareth, the Welsh Dragon, takes on England B. Who do you think wins this game? Wales, England.
I think England. I think
Uh-huh.
England takes it against
Yeah,
Wales, bro.
England.
Simple.
Bali?
I think this game has a draw all over it. I think they'll tie.
Okay. We'll see. Mark Turner,
So at this point, if you follow my logic, England have accrued 4 points.
4 points.
It all hangs on what Wales need to do. If Wales are done by now,
Yeah.
I peg England and Wales both just to limp in with a draw, right?
Yeah,
They'll just be
yeah.
trading blows and they'll be like, a draw's good enough. If Wales have something to play for, England lose this.
Wales
Dang.
also.
4 points is enough. England go through second.
That's dope.
The U.S. top the group.
Oh my God.
No,
bro.
it's
Oh,
alright.
man.
Hey, Wales have to arrive to this World Cup with a healthy Gareth Bale
Yeah.
to
Honestly, that's a
do
great
anything.
point. People keep talking right now about, where's he going to play for 6 months? And how's he going to
Where's
stay
he gonna
fit?
go?
What do you mean, how's he going to stay fit? The guy can't walk across the room without injuring himself.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
true.
Can
saying.
you imagine if
Yeah.
they had to go without him? That'd be
Wow.
devastating.
They'd be
for
done.
the
They'd be
team
done.
and
They'd be
to
done with
him.
that Bale. Who are you
Yeah.
gonna depend on? Aaron Ramsey. He can't even score a freaking PK for Rangers, mate.
That's tough. That's tough.
Don't be digging on my Rangers. You're a Rangers shirt.
Yeah,
We did get a Rangers,
Shout
but
out
hey,
Rangers, yeah.
boys, anything else you want to add to
That's
the
it,
European
man.
segment? Nottingham, England talk.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Thank you
Hey,
for spending so
appreciate
much
you.
time
Yeah.
on my two favorite teams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's-
Appreciate it coming to,
We
the,
had
to
to.
the studio and have this
For
podcast
sure.
with us, man.
Been a pleasure.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
you know,
Congrats.
this was something that we had to do because we have the European segment,
We
Nottingham
said before-
Forest.
Did we say before we did say before the win?
Yeah,
I
we
said if
said.
Forest make it to the Premier League,
Yeah.
can I come on? You're like,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Gave,
Hell yeah.
gave you my words. We're like, fuck, we gotta have Mark Turner. And B was also down. He was like, fuck yeah, let's get Mark Turner.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Let's get Mark Turner. So appreciate you for coming on, Mark Turner.
Hey.
My G,
Hey.
G, Mark.
Go.
My G, my G, Mark.
There we go. Hey, clip that. But Mark Turner, go to the game. Last minute signing for Austin Anthem on the transfer deadline. You got to do good for them. Put in work. Bring the cup. Bring the cup. Bring the cup so we can have it here. Bring the cup so we can have it here.
Anthony, I love you guys. We ain't winning no cup.
Hey, it's been the Top Flight Podcast, Nottingham Forest special with Mark Turner. Thank you for checking us out. Make sure to subscribe to us, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, everybody. Nottingham Forest, let's go.